In this activity, we're going to look at building the atom using the learner.org website. So in my Google search engine, I typed in learner.org and then building. And I have several options here. And the second one is that showed up for me is the one I want. Interactives, the periodic table, it's elementary, learner.org, and then periodic, and then building. So when I click on that, this is the interactive that comes up. We're going to place the information from this interactive into our notebook on the appropriate pages listed in our table of contents. So we're going to hit play, and we're getting 4 questions. So we're going to start with helium. We are building helium with its orbitals. You can see this spherical shape of the 1s, the spherical shape of the 2s, these lobe-looking shapes for the 2px, 2py, 2pz, then the 3s, 3px, 3py, 3pz. This program does a great job showing the representation on what I attempted to explain in a previous video. So with helium, I'm going to bring in the 1s orbital. And helium has 2 electrons in that 1s orbital. So I'm going to put 1 electron there, and you can see it flying around the surface of that orbital. They put an up-spinning electron in that 1s orbital. This follows the same pattern that I did in our notes. It's just formatted differently. This is the principal quantum number 1. This is the s subshell, and we're putting electrons in. This is principal quantum number 2. This first orbital is the s. These next 3 are the p's, px, py, pz, then the 3s, and then the 3px, 3py, 3pz. So I put 1 electron in. I need to put 1 more electron in for the helium atom. 2 electrons in the 1s orbital. And I'm going to click done to see how I did, and it said that's right. So in my notebook for question 1, we would write down the helium with a number 2, and then to the best of our ability, we're going to draw a 1s sphere, and we're going to show 2 electrons in that 1s sphere. And then to the right of that, we're going to write, and I know this box is in the way now, but we're going to write the 1 with the box and an up arrow and a down arrow. Those are the 3 things that I need from this question. Then we click on the next question, and it's carbon. When we look at carbon on the periodic table, we see that he is in column 4A and row number 2. So if we walk through the periodic table for carbon, we're going to have a 1s orbital with 2 electrons flying around the 1s orbital. Then we're going to have the 2s orbital on the outside of the 1s. It will also have 2 electrons flying around. Then the first orbital is the 2px, and we will have 1 electron in the 2px. Now remember, the 2px does not get the second electron yet. We have to go to the 2py and put in 1 electron into the 2py. Now, if we were dealing with the next element, which is nitrogen, then we would need to add the 2pz. But right now, I've put in all 6 electrons for carbon. Carbon's number 6. I put in 2 in the 1s, 2 in the 2s, and an up and an up. 1 in the 2px, 1 in the 2pz. And then when I click done, it says that's right. And then you go on to the next question. We have 2 more to do. Each question in your notebook, you put the element symbol with the box and the number, the atomic number. Then to the best of your ability, you're drawing all the orbitals superimposed on each other. And then on the next to that, you will have electrons, and show me the electrons that fill up the orbitals. I hope this helps with the learner.org periodic building activity.